Today we're going to talk about book covers. Yes, really. Warrior Cats has several, I dare say, iconic book covers, and over the years they've become a staple of how we interpret the Warrior Cats books. This is due in part to former series cover artist Wayne McLaughlin, who created many of the iconic art pieces we see today. Unfortunately, Wayne passed away in 2015, leaving the future of the series uncertain. But new series cover artist Owen Richardson swiftly became very integral to Warrior Cats community, drawing up many of the more recent cover designs. Around the time Owen was hired, the Warrior Cats team decided they wanted a more uniform look for the series. So they decided to do redesigns of all the Warrior Cats cover arts that were done by Wayne to have a more uniform and unilateral look. This was met by mixed feelings with the fandom, with some feeling it disrespected Wayne's legacy, while others criticizing the art style was lackluster. So today, we're going to look at them all. Every single Warrior Cats cover design that has been done ever since 2015. Note, we will only be covering the English releases, as some other languages have had more, if not better, cover redesigns that maybe deserve their own video. Let me know. So let's start where it all began, Into the Wild. What can I say? It's iconic, it's notable, it's perfect. And the redesign does a good job to preserve that. Obviously, it's doing its own thing, but it invokes the same feeling, the same image. Overall, this is one of the better ones that I've seen. Pretty good. Fire and Ice's cover is a bit over-designed in my opinion. The original one, that is. Now, obviously, it's showing the battle between River Clan and Wind Clan and Thunder Clan, and it is a pivotal moment in the book, but it does seem a bit much, although I do like the colors. The redesign, however, is just Tiger Claw. It's just Tiger Claw. He's looking angry, and it's okay. The original Forest of Secrets is very mysterious. You have Firestar looking very oddly, and you have the two cats walking across the stones, which could either be a reference to them going into River Clan, or could be invoking Oakheart journeying into River Clan after taking his kits from Thunder Clan. Pretty nice. The redesign is fine. It's just fine. I mean, the background is stunning, but the cat seems a bit cut off. Like, would have appeared a bit more zoomed out and a bit more focused on the head. But, it's fine. It's not the worst. I like this Rising Storm one a lot. I know there are two, one with Fireheart and Cloudpaw, and one with Fireheart and Sandstorm. But I think the Cloudpaw one is better because it is the most important thing in this book. Yes, he does have a lot of development with Sandstorm in this book, but I feel his development between him and Cloudtail is most important, as this is the only book that solely focuses on that aspect of their relationship. And, I don't know, I like seeing baby Cloudtail. He fluffy. I like the redesign. I like we get to see Yellowfang looking very, Yellowfang, and I like the little hint of fire that's fluttering through. It's kind of a teaser of what's to come, although it's mainly a reference to people who have already read the book, and if you haven't read the book, you won't really get it, but, I like it. It's nice. I like the Dangerous Pass cover, although it's a bit weird, because does anyone remember those, really old advertisements or videos they used to have on the old Warrior Cats website, and they would always use this image of the cats fighting with that really stock image of a tiger or jaguar yowling? I don't know, it's kind of funny. I don't know, it's cool. Side note, I like how these earlier cover designs actively show the cats fighting, because, they're Warrior Cats. We want to see cats fighting. That's part of the reason we get the books. And no cover arc past the first arc, even before the redesigns, ever show cats this angry or this violent. I don't know. There's something I noticed. That's cool. The redesign is, I mean, it looks fine, but it just kind of seems a bit generic, considering this is the penultimate book, and I can't even tell what cat is on the cover. I know they say in the trivia on the Warriors wiki, but I'm lazy and I'm not going to look that up. If you can't tell what cat it is just by looking at it, then you maybe should make it a bit clearer. Another very iconic cover. Firestar looking into the pond, reflecting the lion indicating Lion Clan, and the four silhouettes of the cats indicating the four clans. Iconic, stunning, beautiful. This redesign is not great. It's kind of weird because it appears that the cat is looking into a pool, and the water appears to be rippling, similar to the original cover. But there's no indication of what cat like that is. Like, I think it's Sandstorm, but like, of all books to put her on the front cover of, why this one? Like, if it was an indication of Lion Clan, wouldn't you, I don't know, make it a bit more of a lion? Do like a dueling face thing, like one half is the cat, one half is a lion? I don't know, that's kind of weird. Overall, The Prophecies Begins and original cover art is iconic. It's a staple of Warrior Cats. And the redesigns is kind of just okay. Like, there's some good ones. The first book is really good. I think the fourth book is okay. The rest are just kind of meh. But it's fine. It's passable. And now on to the new prophecy. So, fun fact, Midnight is the Warrior Cats book I see in thrift stores the most. I don't know why it's in thrift stores the most, but it's the one I see. I've owned 3 copies of Midnight strictly from the thrift store, and I've seen like 3 times as many that I didn't get. Anyway, the cover's okay. I like it. I like that the silhouettes of the cats were used in like all the super editions as like their silhouette for like, I don't know, the borders. I don't know, that's kind of funny to me. The redesign is meh. I mean, okay, I'll be honest. All the redesigns kind of look the same. Or like, it's really awkward close-ups of cats. Someone described it to me as awkward selfies of cats, where like they get their nose really close up to the camera in like awkward angles. But, I mean, you can tell it's Brambleclaw. It's just a bit dark. This book specifically shows a trend of like the lighting. The first series did have this, but this one kind of shows that the lighting is going to be a weird thing we're going to have to deal with these redesigns. Regardless of how you feel about the tribe, I like this cover art. It's weird that Stonefur is just a random protagonist and he's boring as hell, but this is a very bright and vivid cover art. Like, the stark white is very striking. The cat's trudging through. You can't actually see it, but on the back cover of the book, there's like silhouettes of cats, apparently, I guess, the tribe, looking over the traveling cats, which, it's a nice image. Would like it on the front, but, whatever. Okay, what happened to the redesign? This looks terrible. Like, white on gray, that kind of works because the white is so white and the gray was kind of like at a border. This is all gray. It doesn't even look like he's in the mountains. It just looks like he's in a gray abyss. It's like a Skyrim loading screen. It's just, no, why? Why'd you do this? It looks awful. Okay, next. This one kind of always surprised me. Dawn's cover art, it shows the lake. But here's the thing. They never really get to reach the lake. I mean, they reach it, they see it, but they never go to the lake. I guess you could say this is invoking the final chapter of the book where like they're overlooking the lake. And maybe this would have been better since originally New Prophecy was only meant to be 3 books, and this would have been the end of it. So, I don't know. I like the colors. Wayne McLaughlin, he knew how to do colors, man. This is probably the only New Prophecy cover redesign that I like, purely because it has good coloring. Like, this is clearly Squirrel Flight. I like that the colors are bright, they're vivid, it's still a weird angle, but it's not the worst one. Light has, again, cats fighting, love to see it, but also a really weird angle for the cat in the border. I don't know who it is, but it's a really funny angle, because they're kind of like, help me, I'm being dragged away. I don't know, that's funny. The redesign for Starlight is just a re-angled redesign cover from Moonrise. Like, literally, take the cover art from Moonrise, tilt it a bit, and then boom, you get this cover. At least the coloration's a little bit better, but not by much. It's still not great. Okay, admittedly, I like this cover, because I really like this book. I think Twilight is probably the best of the New Prophecy, but this cover's a mess. It just has so much going on. The orange is cool looking, but the contrast, it just, I don't know. I don't think it looks good. I like the badger, though. It's a soft indication of what's to come, but if you are only looking at the cover, you're like, what's that badger doing? I don't know. That's cool. Same as Starlight, Twilight's redesign is just a tilted version of Midnight's cover. At least the color's a little bit better, but again, eh. Sunset's cover is beautiful. It's just beautiful. Like, look at it. Just look at it. It's gorgeous. And the redesign is fine. Not great. It's not terrible. It's just fine. Overall, the original cover designs for the series are really good. Each one does a good job at invoking each of the times of day it is referencing. While the redesigns are probably the weakest of the redesigns, because again, like I said earlier, they're just awkward cat selfies. And again, that's not what I'm saying, someone else said it, but once you see it, it's hard to unsee it. Now, the Power of 3. Admittedly, a bit one of the weaker covers. Like, you have the 3, or at least the supposed 3, and you have a weird ominous lightning bolt. It's a bit generic, I think. It's trying to, like, allude to something, but, you know, it's fine. I really don't like the artistic choice to make Jay Feather's eyes all clouded. Because, to me, clouded blind eyes are only in someone who was blinded, not someone who was born blind. I don't really get, like, in-depth in it because that's not really my expertise, but I don't know, I just kind of found it annoying. And original Dark Rivers, it's fine. Pretty generic, but, you know, it's fine. Dark River's redesign is probably just a better version of the original Dark River. It's good. Like, it's not great, but it's good. I like Outcast's cover design purely for the mountain. Like, Wayne McLaughlin, he knew how to draw landscapes. Like, actually, if you go on the Warriors Wiki and you go to the cover designs, look up the full art for this cover because it is gorgeous. Utterly gorgeous. Okay, what happened here? Like, what is this? Is it supposed to mean something? I don't get it. Yeah, it's not good. Not good, fam. This one's cool. I like it. It's a very interesting take on the eclipse. And I like kind of how the eclipse isn't like the center point. It's kind of the side. It's a different stylistic choice. I like it. But then again, having the eclipse be the center point isn't necessarily a bad thing. It looks really good here. I think this is probably the only time the harsh lighting, it looks really good. Because, you know, it's an eclipse. It would look kind of like this. I don't know. I like it. And the cat being crouched down in a very menacing look. Very ominous. I like it. Oh, this one isn't great. I like Soul. I like this kind of take on Soul. But overall, it just kind of seems really hastily slapped together. So, yeah, it's not good, fam. It's not good. Okay. On the one hand, I think this isn't a better cover. Because you have ash for front and center with a little bit of orange to the side, indicating the fire. So it's fine. I like it. On the other hand, I'm a little disappointed they didn't choose to have Soul be on any of these covers. Like, I get it. Ashfur is a really big part of this book. But I would have preferred if Soul was the center character. I know Soul isn't really popular, but, that's fine. Again, look up the full landscape for this because it is gorgeous. And I like this take on Hollyleaf, this like fluffier approach. Not everyone does that kind of idea, like with a fluffy Hollyleaf. They usually go with like a tighter skinned Hollyleaf, like a shorter hair one. But you know, I like it. Revive fluffy Hollyleaf. Again, this one's a bit generic, but I think it works. It's not good, but it works. It's passable. Overall, the cover design of the original series is alright. Like, there's good ones, but there's also kind of underwhelming ones. Same kind of goes for the redesigns. Some good ones, some underwhelming ones. Like, the ones that are good are good. The ones that are bad aren't really bad, but more so just kind of underwhelming and a bit lackluster. Now onto Omen of the Stars. I don't know why, but Dovewing looks really weird in this art. It just kind of does. Again, landscape, fabulous. I like it. Would have liked to see maybe the Beaver's Dam, but, you know, it's good. I like how the green eyes are the only thing not affected by the harsh lighting. Like, seriously, who toned up the brightness to 110%? Yeah, it's fine. It's just fine. Again, beautiful landscape. The cat looks a bit weird, because I think that's supposed to be Ivy Pool, but I don't know. She seems a bit fluffy. Because Dovewing's fluffy. Ivy Pool, not as much. But, it's good art. I like it. I'm a bit torn on this art. Because I think this art would have been good for a couple other books, but for this book in particular, I don't know if it works. I don't know. Gonna have to leave this one up for debate for right now. I like the kind of eerie feeling this book gives off. It's a little unsettling, like the way the twisted branches look. I don't know if this is supposed to be the Dark Forest, but if it is, it's an interesting take. I like it. I really like this cover art. Or I really do. I like the snow. I like all the branches. It's really nice. And I think this definitely invokes a better kind of description of the book. I wish it was a bit darker to be, it's Night Whispers, maybe be a little bit better for that. But I think it's pretty good. Pretty good. We haven't had one of those in a while. Huh. Again, say what you will about the Sign of the Moon, but I like this interpretation of the cave of rushing water. It's cool. It's kind of mysterious. I like it. For the first time in a while, it's invoking the original cover art, but I think it does it better. It maybe because it's more of realistic, or maybe because the camera's only focused on one cat. Yeah, I don't know, but I actually really like this one. I haven't done those in a while. Yeah, I don't know about this one. This one's kind of I mean, it's a good cover art, but again, maybe wrong book. Yeah, I don't know. I really like this one, because it's all about the details. So the cat in the center is obviously Holly, because she's the forgotten warrior. But what's interesting, and I had to look this up, the leaves that are surrounding her are holly leaves. Get it? So I think that's a very nice touch. I like it. I like it a lot. I greatly prefer this one compared to the other ones. So first things first, I like the background. This kind of, again, dark forest. I like it. It's cool. But that art in the center, guess what cat that's supposed to be? I'll give you a second to guess. That's Firestar. Firestar. I get he's supposed to be older, but whew, that not a flattering picture. Again, invoking the original cover art very strongly. The Firestar in this art is much, much better. The only thing I think that would make it really good is to have that kind of mysterious eyes of the Dark Forest cats dotted around. But overall, I really like this cover art. The original cover art for the series is just kind of overall generic. Not great, not terrible, but it's just, it's there. The first 3 books of Omen the Stars Redesigns are not great. But then the second half, books 4, 5, and 6, are really good. Just, I don't know what happened, but for some reason they just decided to put all of their heart and soul in it. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it's cool. Now, on to Dawn of the Clans. I like this cover art. The Sun Trail, it's fine. It could be better. Yeah. Could be worse. Yeah. It's fine. Definition of fine. I like this cover redesign. Very soft colors, and we're at the mountains. I like these interpretation of the mountains. Pretty good. That's some goofy art for Thunder, but I like the gorge. We get to see the gorge, we see the divided between brothers. Very symbolic. I like it. This is very generic. Very generic. It's almost as if this cover art was flipped and used somewhere else. I wonder where that could be. Don't Google A Vision of Shadows. But yeah, it's just, it's fine. Ooh, this is good. Look at them. You have Tall Shadow, center. She's okay in the book. But then you have the 2 cats in Forge Trees. You see the Great Rock. You see clear sky on one side, gray wing on the other side, brother versus brother. Very intense, very symbolic. Can the redesign beat it? No, the answer is no. It is just there. I kind of want to say it's fine, but considering this is the cover redesign for the first battle, it's not fine. It should be much bigger and better and have multiple cats. What is this? A pretty alright cover for a pretty bad book. Yeah, it's fine. Just, it's there. But the Blazing Star redesign, I like it. Starflower, she looks nice, very nice. And we actually get to see the Blazing Star. We've never seen the Blazing Star visually before, or not even in any of the manga bits. And even though it's been described, considering of how pivotal of a MacGuffin, is it MacGuffin? It's a MacGuffin. As pivotal as a MacGuffin as it is, we never really get a probable visualization of it, and I think this is a very good job of it. Nice job. This one's fine. I like the kind of division, it's a forest divided, and you can clearly tell it's a forest divided. But, it's fine. I like it. I like the colors. Colors are nice. This one invokes the original cover art, and I actually do prefer this one, because it's one cat trudging across the snow. And, again, I like how Owen does snow. It's very, very nice. Good job. If you haven't read the book, this cover art makes no sense. If you have read the book, this cover art still makes no sense. Kind of. It's just, I think it'd be a bit better. Different location, maybe. Maybe it would work, but, it's fine. And the redesign is just okay. It's not better, not worse. It's on the same level. It's fine. Overall, the original cover art is good. I like it. It's serviceable. It's good. The redesign, I'll have to give it the one up. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. But if you think we're done, we ain't done. Because they decided they wanted to redo the super editions. So let's talk about that. So no offense to Wayne, but this is a bit rough art of a Firestar. I think maybe he's more used to doing far away cats. A bit close up, it's a bit weird. I like the color though. Nice color. The redesign is fine. Not as fiery as I think we would have wanted it, but I think it has something to do with the shadow. But, it's fine. I like it. Also, I just want to point out real quick that I'm only going to be covering the actual cover art and not the full art that's on the inside of the hardcover, just to make things a bit easier. Blue Star is pretty good. I like it. Very simple, very neat. Her fur is a bit too blue, I think. I know she's blue fur originally, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel gray enough. It's supposed to be a blue-gray. This seems more blue than gray, which is the opposite problem of her redesign, which is more gray than blue. Also, it looks like someone took a frying pan and flattened her face, because what happened, girl? You've been through some terrible stuff. Seriously. Look at this. This is good. This is not good. It's, I want to say terrible. Is it terrible? It's bad. It's not terrible. Not terrible. It's just bad. Nice Leaf Star. I like this Leaf Star. This kind of confuses me because this was my first art of Leaf Star, and yet for all the manga and graphic novels, James Zilberry decided, I'm gonna make it so we take two giant splotches on her head and shade it really weirdly. I don't know where he got that from. I mean, there is clearly a division here, but yeah, it's fine. It's kind of strange. They made her more golden than kind of an auburn orange for the redesign. But, I mean, it's not terrible cover art. Don't get me wrong. I actually really like this art. But calling this Leaf Star, I don't know. It doesn't really seem like it. First off, I like the purple. I really like the purple. I hope they don't change it. But this Crooked Star is nice. You don't see the visual jaw that is crooked. However, I believe Wayne once said they didn't like drawing art like that. He did draw a crooked star with a crooked jaw in one of the field guides, I believe, but he kind of didn't really like doing it. So, I don't know, it's fine. Where did the purple go? It's not like this it's not like this magenta color is bad, but I miss the purple. I actually really like this Crooked Star arc, all things considered. The jaw is more visually crooked, and he does seem a bit more bigger and filled out, more like a leader as opposed to the last one. So, I like this one's art, but I miss the purple. Give me the purple. I like this yellow thing art. I think it's cool. Considering this was our first kind of visual representation of Yellow Fang, it's interesting, because he gives her a very, like, Persian kind of cat look, and I like it. And this was followed up by Owen when he did A Dangerous Path, where he did a very Persian cat style for Yellow Fang. However, for the redesign, he didn't. He made her look like a normal cat. And it's weird, because I like the art. I really like the art. But she doesn't have, like, those Persian kind of muzzle that her previous art has. And the thing is, he already did art for Yellow Fang in A Dangerous Path. So why not just, like, redo it for when you do her actual super? I don't get it. I don't get it. It baffles me. Completely, utterly baffles me. Look at this man's head. It's tiny. I like it, art. I like the color, like it's kind of yellow, because I think everyone kind of associates yellow with being Wing Clan's logo. And overall, I like the art. Nice. What'd they do to my man's head? Like, I said the other one was kind of tiny, but this one's really tiny. Oh my gosh. And also, what happened to the borders? Instead of like a white with like a blue trim, it's now white with a blue trim. It's like Colgate. Look, reminds me of Colgate. I mean, there's a red sticker too, so Colgate toothpaste cover? That's alright. Last one. Bramble Star's Storm. It is fine. It's a pretty generic art for Bramble Star, considering again he had done other art for Bramble Star. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Not great, not terrible. It's fine. This art is better, the redesign, but I think maybe it's a bit too dark. Maybe it's the lighting, but I feel a little bit lighter would have been able to make it pop a bit more against the white background. Overall, I really like the original cover art. It's simple, it's clean, bit rough, but okay. The redesign, there are good ones, there are meh ones, but that Blue Star one, Blue Star's Prophecy redesign, it's terrible. I'm gonna say it, it's terrible. I don't like it. It's not good. Not good. And thus concludes my evaluation? Rating? Ranking? I didn't do any of that. My opinions of the Warrior Cats English cover redesigns. I don't know. Overall, there's good, there's bad, and just okay. On both sides. Owen Richardson, he does get a lot of flack for some of his redesigns, but I don't think he gets enough credit. Like, he does have some very good redesigns. And some of his later work on Avos and The Broken Code, pretty good. There's some meh ones in there, but overall, I think Owen was a very good choice to replace Wayne. And I hope that Owen continues to do the cover arts for many more years. And with all that said, that concludes the video. If you guys want me to do more cover designs, I could. I know the Polish cover designs for Warrior Cats go crazy. And like the Russian art, I've seen a couple of the Russian art. What are they on? Oh my gosh. It's like 19th century storybook kind of drawings. I might want to do that in the future. Let me know if you want me to do that. So, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Have a nice day.